Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Osu's Taiko 2024. We are in the quarterfinals weekend, and it's a weekend that's gonna be such hype because we have so many close matches this week. It's gonna be completely different compared to what we saw in the last week, which the closest match was a 5-2. We're gonna start off with a very close seeding matches: Netherlands versus Indonesia. My name is Yongin, and joining with me today, we got the usual mapper, lovely mapper with us, and Wolf. Hello.
Hello. How are you feeling about the match?
From what I heard from this match is that I do believe Indonesia is missing one of their best arguably best player camps, and that's not looking too hot for them. And on the other side, Netherlands actually upsetting in the first weekend against Russian Federation, and it seems like they perform a lot better compared to their seedings. Even though this weekend map pool, I do believe we start to skill cap them a little bit, but I do believe they should still have the advantage. So on my book, I have Netherlands winning this match.
Same.
What about you?
Here.
Yeah.
I do think this is going to be... Well, assuming everyone is here, this is going to be an epic match. Very close. But you would hate to see if teams, especially at this point in time, where the matches become more crucial to have everyone be there, miss a player. That could instantly just knock you out.
Yeah, hopefully that's not the case because that's what Cam said in the TWC chat yesterday. So hopefully that's not the case. But yep, we have some solid hidden rosters from the Netherlands team, which they almost even took a singular point off Korea last week. So definitely going to be seeing some XG play here between these two teams, even though probably one of them will be banned. And then Indonesia, in return, is an extremely good speed team, and they are probably most likely going to be playing that pool, as I would say Netherlands roster definitely has a little bit of weakness in speed, so we might see some speed being played out from Indonesia as well.
Indeed, like Indonesia had really good score on Love Trip last week, which wasn't a particularly popular map when it comes to pick rate. But Indonesia was pretty good on it.
Yeah, they almost have 2 FCs on DT2 last week and 2 really good accuracy, so it might seem like a pick that they want to go for. And not only that, they also have no mod free this week, which is again quite rolling comfortability, I would say. So a little bit of memorable patterns on the mod free. I would say a little bit memorized patterns on the mod free this weekend. So definitely need to play out a little bit on that map. But we might see that being banned from Netherlands. We'll see.
I'm going to assume that Indonesia is going to ban a hidden one. I think not many people would be surprised about the trend continuing of hidden one being banned in almost every match.
Especially against Netherlands.
It's a rough one.
Alright, they're finally rolling. So we're a little bit slower than usual, but I guess we can talk about some of these plays a little bit more. We see Ahmed and Harris running a 49 and Kokishi running a 57. So Netherlands will be winning the row, and they will be picking first, banning second, and Indonesia will be first. I was gonna say these two teams are more well versed on the 1-4 stream mechanic and stuff, rather than the 1-6, which this map adding an extra slot, no more 6, has a lot of 1-6 and 1-8 on it. So we might see that being completely ignored in this match, or someone will be very brave and decided to pick it.
But the match would have to go long for that, and we see the obligatory hidden one ban. But I agree, no mod 6, when I saw the map, I was very curious to see what kind of map it is, and I'm still not sure. Like, I just considered it a wild card. I think Rafal called it a speed tech kind of map, which, yes, I can get behind that. And we do not see no mod 6. we don't actually have to wait for a long match to see No Mod 6 because we won't. We will see No Mod 4 though, and I think No Mod 4 is an interesting one this week. It's once again very different from the past few weeks.
Yeah, this week's No Mod 4 has a lot of gimmicks, and I would say the first one that kind of requires a little bit of every play count rather than past 2 weeks. Or even the quarterfinals week. Even the quarterfinals weeks, it's kind of similar to this one, but this one takes it to another level. So not so high in terms of mechanics, but the SV is actually quite decently high, and it makes the gimmick a little bit hard to read. Honestly.
Yeah, there's some really tricky bar line SV changes in the second half of a map, which are. Well, this is a North map like the qualifiers one, but this one is it's another step, it feels like. Like, the qualifiers was kind of every kind of gimmick in its base form that you could have, and this one takes less gimmicks, but makes them harder. And I only realized yesterday that the song continually goes up, down, left, right, and this map gimmick kind of has to shift between reading on the left side of a field or the right side of a field with its type of gimmick.
Yeah, extremely rough one, I would say. To play, because of your reading, you just need to keep switching left and right, and you need to just turn on your brain instantly when you swap to another gimmick, and we might even see some big misses on those parts. And I would say this is a really good pick from Netherlands, actually, as I don't think Indonesia has a gimmick player, except FC possibly able to play this. I've never seen a Hamid Harris play gimmick before, and that HD player, I'm not too sure if he gets skill cap in this map as well, so looking like an extremely good pick from Netherlands.
And you would hope so, because it is their first pick. And if you do compare the North qualifiers Nostormu map scores, Netherlands wins by 60,000, which is quite a lot. Especially considering this map has like 300 free combo, because it just happens. Unless you don't play the big cards, in which case you lose a combo.
Yep. We'll see. Cookie Tree, Rightful, and Distractualizer. Very expected roster from Netherlands. 3 really good gimmick roster from their team. They are just a team who are just great at these like reading mechanics, especially. And already received bad HD player, finds a miss on the first gimmick, not looking too hot for Indonesia.
And that's no misses from bad HP player, but Cookie Tree did trade that, but they've only... Okay. Almost everyone has missed. Except for Right and FZ.
Yep, FZ expected to be the lone player on the field for Indonesia, but he finds a break as well, so now only Rightful having a full combo. And even though it's only the first 33% of the map, we can already see a score lead close to uncomebackable from Indonesia. Already 200,000 points. And mind you, these gimmicks, you're seeing players gaining combos really quickly. It's because these Yellow Notes gimmick actually gave you like 3 combos for as well. And that actually makes the map having so much combo rather than the amount that you need to hit. So a 250,000 points difference on this map is gigantic.
Indeed. And it's really fun just to see the number go big. The score lead is just growing, and like you said, this is a really good opening pick for Netherlands. As Indonesia, the players are just struggling with these roll speeds together with gimmicks.
Yep, and really good first pick from Netherlands. Not much Indonesia could have done. Despite they have no FC, still really good accuracies from both Cookie Tree and Rightful. 900k on this possibly achieving 970k on this pick. And that's quite impressive, I would say. Just especially with the amount of gimmick you need on this map. And what a strong pick from Netherlands. Instantly, first point.
FZ losing that full combo near the end. You hate to see it. At least I think it was a full combo. I don't recall them missing at the start. Now it's Indonesia's time to answer.
Pretty sure he was FCing throughout the entire map until the ending.
Yeah. So, will we see something speed? One kind of speed is gone, if you consider Nomad 6 a speed tag, as advertised. It leaves Nomad 3 and DT2 open.
I do believe that's going to be where Indonesia are going to go for. As speed, I would say definitely their biggest skill strength in this year's team. Especially having players such as like I'm Pro, Ahmed Harris. He's a really good player in the speed category.
We do see Indonesia taking some time to discuss their first pick, which on an opening pick you don't really want to see, I think at least.
Not only that, I do believe number 5 would be actually a pretty decent pick for them as well, even though Netherlands is also a team really good at streams. At least that map, it could be not lockable map, and then once you miss a lot of once you miss like a single note, you could completely lock the entire map and just keep messing. And usually I would say that's a good pick for lower seeded teams if they have the ability to play it. But no, they're gonna go for attack actually. Okay.
This does make sense because Nomad 6 was a tag map that Netherlands decided to ban. This is a tricky one. It's more... So like last week was hard tech. This one is more rhythm control. Accuracy check. It's still hard, obviously, but it's a different kind of difficult tech.
I would say this actually could be single tappable. And most of the map is quite rollable, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. It's even if you double the BPM, it's under 300 BPM, and actually kind of close to Nomad 3 in the terms of BPM.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it's only a 294 versus 286.
Yes, I do agree with your take on overall difficulty, the accuracy being the hardest part of this map. Especially this map has a lot of questionable guitars at the start, like really awkward looking 1/6 that it's extremely truckable in my opinion in the match. Yeah. So this stuff seems like a conflict pick for Indonesia. Oh, they banned it last week anyway, and then I do believe Camps is actually missing, and then so we're gonna play our maps that Camps is not Camps without Camps that we still get a really good score on, and they do have a pretty decent tech team outside of Camps. Usually FZ, Ahmed, Paris, and Bad HD player. It's a pretty decent tech team, so I would say this is quite a nice first pick for them if they are actually missing some of their key players.
Yeah. Because even more so because this map, as mentioned, this is more approachable, I think, for lower seeded teams because the patterns aren't as hard as they could be on a faster tech pick. Which I say while Strikelizer missed.
Yeah, I missed quite early on some of the 1/6. Now here's a hard one, and we see double break from the Indonesia team. Ahmed Harris and Bad HD player fumbles on that 1/6 pattern. Quite rolling heavy 1/6 pattern, honestly. It's definitely playable for, I would say, both of these teams, but unfortunately it's just not this play. Bad HD player gonna be finding another drop though, so it's gonna give Netherlands a bit more lead to work around with.
Strikelizer dropping, and Cookie Tree as well, so the miscount will be more equalized, despite Ahmad Harris also missing. The accuracy though, Netherlands has vv21 98% accuracies on their board, and Indonesia's highest accuracy is FZ, the only full combo for them, with 97%.
Yep, and so far 2 breaks from Netherlands on that pattern almost gave it back. It's only right forward to FC, and it's all the reason why Netherlands still in the lead. He is really doing pop-ups for now. 50k beating out the second highest player on their team. Speculates finding another breaks of so does Ahmed Harris. A lot of train misses at the ending, but due to Ahmed Harris breaks a lot more bigger than Strike Jeliza, Netherlands gonna be able to extend the lead. 2 FCs on the board, right 4 and FC. And we do see rest of the players a little bit struggling on this pick, mostly around 94, a really clean 98% from Cookie Tree. It's also the reason why Netherlands able to take that breakpoint. It was really close at the start, but at the ending really flips over to the Netherlands. Breakpoint.
Now, Netherlands can further their lead if they can pick something they excel on to get a 3-0, and I could see Hidden 2.
Yep, I do believe HG2 is a really good pick for them. Especially Netherlands being more of a bigger HD team. All of their players really like playing HD after all, so would be a good pick for them.
But it's
and yep, something else insert. So Fremont 2 V and U, mapped by Le, and this map has a lot of SB changes, and honestly I think this week is actually slower than last week. It requires a little bit less hard rock mechanics reading, which last week mostly focused on the speed up jump scare stream patterns. This one, even though it does have jump scare, most of the patterns are quite muscle memorizable on the jump scare sections, and then it's more like a slow lead into speed up rather than like last weekend where it's the quickest note comes first, which this week's one, the quickest note actually the last pattern of the note, and then I would say that really helps hard rock play on this pick. So most likely gonna be judging on HD players for this map, by the way. So and HD, I would definitely prefer Netherlands on that, or we might even see some players decide to go for hidden hard rock.
We do see some potential hidden hard rock specialists on the Netherlands side in the lobby right now.
Yep.
I think for Indonesia it's looking less likely because, as mentioned, Camps is not here.
There should be one modding from FC and maybe a Hammer Harasel. A Bashi player is going to be no more for sure. I'm very confident on that. And as expected from Netherlands, Hard Rock from Trionyx, Hidden from Cookie Tree, and Double Mod from Right 4. I would say this is the clean choice from Netherlands, and I would say it's definitely the best possible mods they can go for. I was expecting I Am Pro to come in for Hard Rock, but maybe the no mod it's more beneficial for Indonesia. But that would be kind of weird because I'm surprised Indonesia have 2 mods on this map with these players for now.
I think a 3 mod advantage for Netherlands would be incredibly hard to beat. And Ahmed Harris already fighting with so does Cookie Tree. It's 2 hidden players down.
Yeah, like I said, this map's HD is really rough, and I would like to mention this year's also Tiger World Cup rules is that you actually doesn't have like a minimum requirements of mods you need to put, so you can literally go with 3 no mods if you want. Even though most of the time, if you go with 3 no mods on the 3 mod pick, you're most likely gonna be losing the match, maybe until grand finals. So that's why you will still see players going for mods, but with Netherlands, not Netherlands, Indonesia missing players, I'm kind of, like I said, I'm surprised that they would decide to go with 2 mods. But they were doing pretty decent for now from both Ahmed Harris and FC. Now he's a hot for hidden though, and gonna claim Ahmed Harris and Kokichi once again.
FZ holding on the hidden score for Indonesia. The big one.
Yeah,
But then
FC's last week won. But
Back
not
on.
anymore this week. We curse him.
Well, right 4 is still holding that hidden hardwood full combo. Which is
Yeah.
really the thing that pushes Netherlands to be in the lead, because that is the mod advantage right there. Like, right 4 could miss so much more. Bad HD player would struggle to catch up score-wise because it's no mod versus hidden hardwood.
Yeah, and not only these two players, rest of the players, Trionyx and Kokichi, were beating up both FC and Hammer Terrace. So this is a really clean pick once again from Netherlands. A really good pick from them. And to the last half of the map, we only really have parts of Hard Rock, but like I mentioned, I would say this week's really focus on HD players rather than the Hard Rock players.
And we see third point for Netherlands here. Right 4 with the only full combo.
Double Modern FC. Legend.
This puts Indonesia in a tough spot because they really need a point of a board to be able to catch up. Maybe this is their pick.
Yes. They still have the speed maps though, so could be something that they can go for. Especially, I do believe they can force the Netherlands to swap out some of their really strong players who has been performing quite well, such as Kokichi. He is not really known as a speed player.
And there we have it.
Good pick.
It is no mod free time, and this is less straightforward than last week. I mean, it kind of is still, but it introduces the concept of doublets into speed compared to last week's, which didn't.
Yeah, this map also has a lot of weird S3, and I would say it's a lot less sight readable than last week. Some of the patterns in the chorus, the doublets, they are always the same pattern. But the first time you play it, you think it's uncomfortable because it's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think doublets at a more regular BPM, they are there to maybe trip you up rhythm a little bit, but if you turn that up into speed, they make you miss because, well, they're moving just more challenging than the straight up triplet pattern.
Yeah. So basically the patterns on the doublets on the key are always DKKD. If it's not, if the notes before is down instead, then it's always going to be KD DK. So you can kind of notice it after, I would say, 1 to 2 tries on the map. Oh, 1 to 2 tries for some players. Some players might need more. But I would say this one definitely requires quite a bit more practice than last week. And we do see Kokichi swapping out, like I mentioned. He is not known to play speed a lot, especially the 280 BPM. You're going to see Strike instead of Kokichi, because Strike is the speed player for Netherlands, and we got Trionyx staying as well. He's also one of the speed filler for this team, and he's definitely really good at this skill set, and I would say probably his best skill set, and really needed for the Netherlands team, because Netherlands are always kind of lacking in this category.
Maybe that's the major difference.
True. And bad HD player is playing this is awkward. Very awkward in my opinion for the Indonesian team. Because I am Pro, one of the highest ranking player for an Indonesian player, is an extremely good speed player, and he performed really well on last week as well. So having that HD player as well, so Indonesia might be missing 2 players.
Yeah, it strongly speaks for roster difficulties. And massacre right there! 3 people miss at the same time.
Yeah, that's a hard pattern, and we see 3 players being blamed off that right for a Harold Harris and bad HD player. Bad HD player actually able to hold up this pick kinda amazed me. Seeing this player really improve since last year, because last year he was around 4,000 rank, and look at him go right now, playing some of these World Cups map and able to perform, and actually closing the match against Netherlands. Strike finds a break. Indonesia has the chance, they just need to hold on.
Tyronics, the last 2 combo for Netherlands, also dropping. Bad HD player traded, but this means Indonesia has a combo advantage at this point in time.
Oh, and FC finds a break though, so now it's basically the same combo. Yeah, it's gone. And Bad HD player's score is still a little bit further compared to the rest of the players, but he's trying his best on that on the 145 combo and still trying his best to cross-stepping the map. Strike finds a break. That's an opening door for Indonesia.
They might need another miss from Netherlands, bro.
I do believe they need 2, but Bad HD player finds a miss instead. And so does FC. The chance is looking slim.
Strike Laser and Bad HD player missing at the end of their KI, but will it be enough? Netherlands needs to miss more for Indonesia to be able to take this point.
They need one more. They need one gigantic from Netherlands, but instead we see breaks from Ahmed Harris and Bad HD player, and that's going to be it. And unfortunate for Indonesia, and I would say if they have I Am Crow here, I think they would definitely taking this pick for sure. But sadly, they have 2 missing players right now. I'm very certain he's missing if he isn't playing this map. So that's going to be a 4-0 in favor of the Netherlands.
And now this is a big moment for Netherlands. 5-0 means they either force tiebreaker or they just straight up win. And we're nearing in on the, sadly, a sweep. And not the hashtag not a sweep. And with Fremont 1 being selected, and seeing how Fremont 2 went, I think Netherlands has a good chance to bring this to 5-0. And match point.
Yeah, to be fair, this one requires a little bit more hard rock ability from Netherlands. But I do believe they still have the enough players to do it, especially right for it. I do believe he still should be able to hit and hard rock this map. Cockpitry, I'm not too sure due to some of the more awkward patterns for this pick. And Trialnix should be still here for the hard rock, but that's looking like a really good roster from Netherlands once again. And on the other side from Indonesia, we have FC, always UCAS, and Bad HD play, which this is the first map always UCAS play. Yep, so looking like, I don't want to say they are having fun for now, but it does seem like they are just having fun. Looking at the players they're swapping into play. But I mean, not much you can have done. This is, even if Indonesia have their roster, I don't know could they even go against. They probably would able to only match up Netherlands on this pick. It's just a really Dutch favorite pick. So we're gonna see some new names from the Indonesian teams.
We just need to see the mods. We see more hidden hard rock from Netherlands, with Cooketry also opting into it, with Indonesia only having a single hidden 4 mod advantage for Netherlands.
We'll see how always UCAS actually does on this map. Gonna be very interesting to see how he plays, because this is his first map in the tournament. It might be due to the KKKK patterns as well, which this map has a lot of them. And so far, no one finds a break, but it's only the start. And FC doing really good so far with his hidden mod, but so could be said about Cookies on his 99.49%. And first couple of breaks from always UCAS, and now Netherlands were working around 100,000 points lead after the combo caps reached.
Rightford does find a miss, but it won't really slow down. It actually doesn't slow down the rate at which they are getting lead over Indonesia. With 4 mod advantage. That's like up to 200,000 points of difference just by having more mods.
Yeah, another thing, another break from OSU Cast. Looking like pretty grim for this pick for Indonesia, and a miss from LXG player. Now here comes the funny patterns, and we already see 3 drops. Only Cookie Trees. Only Cookie Tree and FZ. Hold on that session. FZ really being the big player for Indonesia today. Basically top scoring almost every picks for Indonesia. And Sofsaki gonna be doing it again with his HD possible FC on 3mod1. Going against Cookie Tree, Hidden Hard Rock FC though, closing in on a 99%. Impressive performance from him. That's a player in the user brackets. FCing with Hidden Hard Rock is very impressive.
And it's an important skill to have if you want to get out of your seeding range. Like, you would expect Netherlands by seed to be top 16, but with really good hidden hard rock performances like that, they can go higher. But to go higher, they need to survive this weekend. They will probably survive this match, going 5-0. This is potentially the final pick, and it's Indonesia's pick.
And what would they go for? And I would say DT2, it's still up on the air, and looking like a pretty nice pick for Indonesia as well. I do believe DT2 they could have go for it and try to take a singular point off the Netherlands. Mina with a style. Apart from that, yeah, go ahead.
Counter argument, Hard Rock 2 because it's also original and for no other reason.
Nice counter
Might as
argument
well.
over there. I mean, Netherlands have been not performing on the have not the strongest team of Hard Rock as well. That seems like a very risky choice though. If they are going for taking a point for an advantage. But if they want to go for maps, I would say no mod 1 as well, which they're gonna go for it.
Reasonable
so,
pick.
Yes, a very regular pick this time. And we see cams. Okay. And we see Ahmed Harris asking in the referee, can they invite cams?
Is it time?
Hero might be here. Is it time?
Is it time? We've had that literal matches in TWC and other World Cups where teams didn't have a full roster, but the missing key player joins, and we see tiebreaker. I'm not sure this match has the ability to 180 like that, but if it can get much closer than we've seen the past couple maps, I'm up for it.
Yeah, I would say the last time we saw that is actually on 2016 Taiko World Cup on China versus France, which the Chinese player, the highest ranked player, managed to arrive at the last 3-0 in favor of France, and then they take it by first sweep the match. So might be the play here from Indonesia. They have the players right now. The hope is there, and I would say definitely his type of pick as well on no mod 1. A lot more regular than last week. So looking like Indonesia is back on the game. Question mark.
It's a very uphill battle, but it's not impossible. It's going to be interesting. This week's No Mod 1 is much more straightforward than last week's. Mostly because it doesn't have multiple distinct sections.
It also has a quite similar pattern on the last map that we just played on 3mod1. A lot of KKKK 16. They are not as toxic though, but they could be still kind of weird to read, and we do see Strike breaking on that KKKK inside of 16
No one missing
Cam's,
here.
yeah, Cam's also trade in after Strike Brook, so from now it's up on the air to know who is in the lead.
Ooh. Strike is at the end there. This should give the lead to Indonesia in a few seconds.
Yeah, it should be. Another mono burst there. It's gonna caught up Strike again. Looking pretty good for Indonesia so far. They have 2 FCs and 1 recovery after the 80 notes misses. And even though they are not that high in terms of accuracy, they are still in the game. Couple of breaks right here. Strike finds a break, so does Right as well.
Now, Indonesia has 2 full combos going, Netherlands only has 1. They do have more players sitting on the 99% accuracy, but Strike guys are struggling.
That's a kind of surprising performance from Strike so far. He should be really good at that like this. And now dropping down to 95% in the 1/3 session, giving a first quite a decent margin lead to Indonesia on the slow session. Another couple of break there from Cam, just gonna let Netherlands slowly touching back the lead, but they need one more break from Indonesia to come back.
Song speeds back up. Perhaps a favorite thing about songs, changing BPM, as we have been used to Rather 32.
We only have the last chorus left. And you see all players passing that chorus. Another mono burst, they're gonna claim Cams. The Soda Strike! Indonesia might be on the game here. They've only taken the first point.
It's not a sweep!
It's not a sweep. The hero came back in time for Indonesia. Now they have at least a 3rd player for some of these quicker speedier picks. And a 2 FC from both FC and Hammer to Harris close out the map. Let them take their first point and deny the sweep from Netherlands.
And now something interesting. Netherlands, and I don't think you will disagree with this. They picked their 3 absolute strongest picks with no mod 4 and the 3 mods. They do not have any picks like that left anymore. Hidden 2 probably they still have an edge on, but I don't. It's more approachable for everyone.
Yeah. They also have no, apart from the HD2 picks, I would say they still have the. Okay, they're gonna go for HD2 picks. Okay. Okay, other pick is off the table. It's all on HD2. Indonesia is not really a hidden country this year, but I would say at least these 3 are able to play speedy hidden, which I would say this one might be easier to read for some of these players. However, they are against one of the best team in hidden.
They are, but
yeah,
we do see Netherlands struggle a bit more when hidden maps get hard patterns in them compared to slow reading. And that's where we really excel at. They're still good at this type of hidden map, but nowhere near as dominant as we would be on hidden 1. That's why I think it's not as much of a dominant pick as their others have been this match.
Alright, so far, you are correct, because Indonesia is on the lead. And not anymore, but it's only 1,000 points difference. It's all come down to 100. No one missed on the streams. And hardest part of the map, it's probably the BPM swaps in the middle. those requires quite a bit of HD reading.
Until then, we need to see Indonesia keep up accuracy and combo, but Netherlands is doing a better job at both. Asset found a miss.
Unlucky, this is his first miss on Hidden today. He has been performing really well on the free mob picks with HD. But some of little mistake of misread over there gonna give Netherlands around 30,000 points lead due to accuracy as well. And Strike is really picking back up his performance from last map on to 500 so far. Clean scores from Netherlands, lowest score being right for 98%. Now here comes a weird session. We're gonna see some 100 drops, maybe some misses as well.
Oh, that's one missing right at the end.
Oh, the DDKK player struggle, missing on the Mono Cat first. One more stream. Might be looking a little bit grim for Indonesia as Rifle actually builds back up his accuracy to 99% and not finding any breaks, extending the lead to 90,000 points difference. Might be 100,000 points difference at the end. And Netherlands just using the final HD pick to close out the match. The Joker pick from Netherlands, one of the strongest roster, and they're probably gonna ending up this map with 3 FCs.
Nope.
True.
But still really good performance. Actually for both sides, but Hidden is just Netherlands' strong suit.
Yeah, and Herbert Harris missing at the end as well. Unlucky, the last 5 notes not letting him getting the FC. And if he FC, I do believe he will beat Strike Eliza, but he did not get it. But GG, well played. Unfortunate matchup for Indonesia, missing 2 players until the ending. It was looking like the hope for Indonesia to come back, but if he was here in the whole match, maybe this will be a different story. But it's going to be a 6-1 in favor of Netherlands, and they will be moving forward to next matches from this week.
Indeed, and that next match will be on Sunday, I think. Against whoever wins between Malaysia and Australia.
That's Oceania, not technically not Oceania, but they were allowed in Oceania tournaments. So both countries are going to be facing on each other. The next match actually on 17 hours from now on, 10 UTC from tomorrow, and that will be deciding. The winner of that match is going to be deciding who will face Netherlands, and it's going to be a rough HD battle if they go against the Dutch team. But unfortunate case for Indonesia, they missed out quite a bit of roster players today, and also their roster got quite a bit of a swap compared to last year due to reasons. But still, they managed to make it to the quarterfinals weekend, and I would say definitely congrats for that, because some countries, despite even though some really strong countries swap all their players out, and they really become a lot weaker and maybe not even able to qualify since then. So at least Indonesia was able to having players able to survive. So good to see that.
And I think it looks good for Indonesia going forward to the next year if their newer players can improve from this year. So I'm excited to see them again next year.
Yep. But that's going to be today's matches, because today is Friday, not Saturday, and this is just a special scheduled match. So if you want to see more taiko drumming, it's going to be tomorrow at 10 UTC between Malaysia and Australia.
Yes. Tomorrow is going to be entirely matches where we see one of the playing teams be out of the Taiko World Cup. So lots of high stake matches tomorrow.
And if you want to still see them survive in the tournament and want to keep supporting them before they go out, buy their banners. You can do it on the Osu store for $2.50. I think that's the dollar. I think that's the amount of banners, and you can buy multiple ones this year. So
You can.
Look at Eru's profile if you want to see. If you want to see how many he bought.
Look at my math equation of a great purchase.
Yep.
At least
so yeah.
I have a good chance of supporting the winning country and keeping my banner for a whole year.
Wow. I wonder who will be the winner of this year.
It will remain a mystery until the grand finals. Truly.
Yeah. Truly. Yeah. That's gonna be all from us. Thanks for casting with me, Eru, today on the Friday match.
Thank you,
Yeah.
and see you tomorrow.
Alright, goodbye. Have a good day, you all.